Tower Urban Family Farms is a local urban farm. It's in the middle of a neighborhood, so a lot of people can just come on, walk down during ArtHop, which is the thing that we have here in Fresno. It's the first Thursday of the month, and all the different galleries and studios are open, and so we're part of that event. They're fortunate to have this gallery space available. It's a wonderful opportunity for art and farming and food and nature to kind of come together. This space eventually will probably have more use. There's going to be events here, tastings, that sort of thing. So it's natural when you come into a building and you want to see some artwork. So it kind of goes hand in hand. The ideas usually come from the books I've read, some of the short story science fiction books that I've read. Dreams, my imagination. My father used to tell me a lot of weird bedtime stories as a child, and I think sometimes I think of those things when I make my paintings, and I try to figure out a way to express some of those imageries. And maybe even a morbid sense of humor sometimes. And then sometimes I'm looking for beauty, or I see something that touches me or captures my eye, and I want to explore just that little piece or that moment of that feeling, and so I try to capture that on the canvas. I've had blocks, and I sometimes will just get a bunch of blank canvases and start priming them, and often just the act of brushing, I'll start seeing some imagery, just abstract imagery or something, well, like looking at a cloud, you see something in my brushstrokes, and often something can come out of that. But if all else fails, you just set up a still life. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to find that inspiration, but sometimes you've got to put the paintbrush down for a while and live a little bit of life, refill the well, do something, plant a plant, take a walk, go on a vacation, enjoy coffee with a friend, whatever it is you do. And as life goes on, you're going to find that urge to go and capture something that you feel. You're going to go back to your studio and you're going to create something because of the life that you've led. I did a lot of pen and ink and just doodled, and they kind of got more elaborate, and I never really knew I was going to do more with it, and then I ended up getting a little bit of training and learned how to handle oil paint, and then I think once I did that, I started to want to capture some realism, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. And as I went with that, I decided more and more that that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for something secret, something hidden, and I started playing, I guess, with more abstract ideas or even surreal ideas. I didn't want to be straightforward at all. I don't want to just, I can take a photograph if I want to be straightforward. What I want to do is I want to evoke my imagination, but I want it to inspire someone else's imagination so they can see something of themselves or what they're thinking in a piece, something that maybe I didn't even know was there. And that's what I like, and that's a high form of communication to me, when you can have that conversation with a stranger about a piece of artwork, and they're telling you about something that you didn't even know was there, yet you created it. I think that's one of to me, that's like the highest point when you have that moment. The difference between an artist and a non-artist is action. You have to pick up that pen, that pencil, that paper, that canvas, the paintbrush, and do things. You just have to do it in practice and keep pushing forward, and you'll find your voice, you'll find your style, and if it's meant to be, then you're going to keep going with it. But you have to do it. There's no substitute for action.